Now AM 1220 KHTS, Jason Endicott with you until 7 o'clock tonight, and time for us now once again to get another Unsung Hero. This is a series that Mercedes-Benz of Valencia is sponsoring here on your hometown station, just to give light to people in the community who we feel don't necessarily get all the praise or the accolade they deserve. Whether or not they agree with that, I guess, is kind of beyond the point. But if you go to our website, hometownstation.com, and just search for Unsung Hero Mercedes-Benz, or just search for Unsung Hero, you'll see the variety of people that we've interviewed in the past. This time around, lucky to be joined in the studio live here with one of the leaders of the Real Life Church in Valencia. He is the lead pastor, Rusty George. Rusty, you've been selected as an unsung hero. How does that make you feel?
Well, I'm surprised, but honored.
We appreciate you taking the time to come in and talk. A lot of people who are selected for this is kind of the one thing that they hate talking about, is themselves a lot of times. So I hope that we'll put you on the spot here a little bit and have a little fun with you, and I hope you just kind of go with us.
Okay.
How did you get into the Santa Clarita Valley? What brought you here? It was a church, right?
It was Real Life Church. Absolutely. I grew up in Kansas, actually, and was living in Kentucky when Real Life Church called. My connection with them was the founding pastor of Real Life. He and I both went to the same college, and he left, and I was contacted by Dudley Rutherford, who's the lead pastor at Shepherd of the Hills Church down in Porter Ranch, and they had actually started Real Life 2 years prior. He contacted me because we both are from Kansas, from the same home church, knew each other previously, and he said, why don't you come out here to Santa Clarita and help us continue this work at Real Life. And we were meeting in a movie theater at the time. It seemed very interesting to me, very exciting, and so my wife and I spent some time praying about it and decided this was what we're supposed to do, and made the move in June of 2003.
The church has just grown by leaps and bounds since that happened. You mentioned you started in the movie theater, kind of bounced around in a couple of locations looking for a permanent home, and I guess saving money for the permanent home.
Exactly.
You finally got into your new location. How long ago? How long have you been at that location now?
We've been in the building now just about 3 years.
3 years. And how many members do you serve each week? How many members of the church do you have?
Right now, on a weekly basis, we see around 5,000 people every weekend over the course of our 5 services.
In this beautiful building and I've been there, but for those who haven't, it's I've never attended a church like it that has all the different amenities. In amongst the main congregation area, you've got the outdoor amphitheater now. You've got the coffee house undergrounds. So I've never been to a church that has this type of that offers these types of services, and I imagine you get a lot of that when new people come to the church and say that, right?
We do. We don't look like a church, which goes back to our theater days. We found so many people connected with us because we did not look like a church.
Yeah.
Because we're in a movie theater, they knew what to expect. They weren't nervous about it. They came in, they saw that it's a come-as-you-are kind of place, casual dress, contemporary music, relevant topics. They thought, I could do this. And so we thought when we built our building, we'd like to keep that same flavor. And so it does not look like a church. Many people think it's a hockey rink because it's got kind of a dome in the back of it.
Right.
It's half underground, which makes it a very unique building, especially in California.
Yeah.
Theater seating, cup holders, coffee house. Coffee is encouraged to bring into the auditorium, helps keep people awake while I'm talking, and just creates a very fun atmosphere.
And I was just recently reading about you guys. Well, just this past week, there's been the talk about completing the park and the parking lot out in the area just further out towards, I guess, Newhall Ranch, which will help you guys out. And then also the amphitheater renovation just completed fairly recently as well. Tell me about that.
Right. Well, we had this great outdoor space that just kind of came with the building. We hadn't planned on it, but it just ended up being perfect for people to hang out afterwards and do events and concerts and that kind of thing. So we thought, let's maximize the space. Let's put up some shades and some awnings and eventually create a space out there where people can sit outside and experience what goes on inside by watching church. To do that, we need more parking space. We're out of parking as it is, and there's the dirt lot on the corner of Grandview and Newhall Ranch that we've been in negotiations with the city for several years now to see if we could somehow work a deal where we benefit the city and also create a parking lot for Real Life. So that just finally got officially approved yesterday, I believe.
It's great news. Yeah, I saw it on the agenda and saw them had the approval for it yesterday. Reallifechurch.org is the website. I was just kind of on there reading about the church. So many different programs for a wide variety of age groups, and One of the things I was finding out about it was this. It was a 2-year campaign. It's called What If. You're in the middle of it, I believe, now, going towards the second year. What is the What If concept? What has your role been in that?
Well, it started a couple of years ago. We were noticing just some alarming things in our community. One was the problem with drug addiction, particularly with high school students, and just felt like, you know what, this issue is not a government issue, it's not an education issue, it's a church issue. The church is supposed to be the hands and feet of Jesus, so we should step up and do something about that. And then the other thing that we noticed was, despite the fact that there are churches meeting in schools and that kind of thing around our valley, there's not many people going to church. In fact, the statistics were about 15% of our community actually attends weekend service. And we just felt like our community could be a whole lot better if more people had the chance to attend church. So we thought, let's add space, let's create more opportunities, and let's do something about this drug problem. And so we started What If, basically saying, what if we got involved and made a difference? And what if we dialed up our generosity for a period of 2 years and made an impact? And so over the course of the last year, we've been able to outfit the amphitheater, add more seats, add more services, and we've also been able to acquire some space down in Newhall that allows us to take some nonprofits and give them a collaborative space, bringing them together, one of which is a Light of Hope, which is tackling the drug issue in our community, Single Mothers Outreach, Domestic Violence Center, and let them share some space, much cheaper rent, and allow them to make a bigger impact in our city. And then we can also hold services there on the weekend when it's done.
Is that Savia?
Savia, yes, Savia,
okay,
which simply means the lifeblood of a tree. So we're viewing this as we're planting this down there to bring life to that community.
And expecting to open that up. Is that open now, or is
it's supposed to be open the latter part of April?
Great, so just a couple more months.
Right.
Can you do me a favor? Can you hang out just a bit? I've got to do a traffic update, a couple things, then can we come back
Absolutely.
and talk some more? Okay, the grilling hasn't been too bad so far?
So far, so good.
All right. Rusty George is our unsung hero, sponsored by Mercedes-Benz. We'll talk to him more in just a moment.
Your hometown station. 1220 KHTS.
422 now, AM 1220 KHTS, part 2 of our time with Rusty George. He is the lead pastor of Real Life Church here in Valencia, and he has been selected as the Mercedes-Benz Unsung Hero. You can go to hometownstation.com and check out the features of all of the different people that we've had selected for this honor, people that work here in our community for our community and try and make it a little better. And Rusty is one of those people who has been nominated for that. So he's in studio. We were talking about some of the things that the church has done as far as community outreach, and just kind of spreading that outreach not just to the community, but I want to talk about the missionary work you guys have done. I know people from the church have gone to India and Peru and China, the Dominican Republic in the last year, and you went to Uganda. And so talk to me about what the purpose of these missions are for you guys, and what did they accomplish for you?
Well, they accomplish so much. First of all, it helps us all that go to get our mind off of ourselves and recognize how blessed we really are to live here in the United States. But it also helps us to accomplish a greater goal of reaching out to help those less fortunate. And so to be able to go to India and build an orphanage and a well and a church was a great thing that we got to participate in, as well as partnering with Mending Kids and helping provide surgeries for kids over in China who are in desperate need, as well as Uganda. We've been partnered with Uganda now for probably about 6 years. We've built 2 different orphanages there. One is a children's village, which not only houses children but educates them, partnering with a great organization called Children of the Nations. And their philosophy is, let's raise up the future leaders of these countries rather than just help kids and then adopt them out. Let's train them how to change their country. And I really believe in the next 10 to 20 years we're going to see the result of that.
It's definitely, one of your callings, I would imagine, just to be able to, go out into the world and help those that need us and that could benefit from being, reached out to. So it's
Correct.
great. Talk to me about what you guys at Real Life are going to be doing over the next year or so, and we'll be going into, I guess, year 2 of What If, and where does that take the church, and how does the church continue to grow, and what's happening with the church over the next year or so?
Right. Well, we're really looking forward to finishing up Savia and having that open up. We think that's going to provide tremendous opportunities not only for our nonprofits, but also provide extra seating for our church and our Spanish-speaking service, Vida Real, which currently meets on our current campus, but we'll move down there, have even more space and more time. It'll be great for them. Along with that, we're just excited about what's coming up over the next few weeks. Obviously, Easter is right around the corner, about a month away, the last weekend in March. And for us, Easter obviously is a huge weekend for us. We start our services Friday night, and we'll have 2 services Friday. We'll have 3 on Saturday. We'll have 4 on Sunday. And we're actually going to have a special guest with us participating in our service, Joe Castillo, who is from America's Got Talent. He was the sand art guy, the Sandman, as we call him,
Right.
Who is a former pastor, a great guy, and will be performing in our service. Those services are going to be just a phenomenal time to connect with what's going on at Real Life, and especially with the message of Easter. There'll be great stuff for the kids. We're bringing in a giraffe that kids can interact with, and a petting zoo for the preschool age kids. And then the following week, we're interviewing former Laker legend A.C. Green. He'll be with us for all of our services, and just be a fun time to not only hear his story, but for people to interact with him as well.
Encourage people to check out reallifechurch.org. How do you recommend people get involved with the church? If somebody's listening right now, they've never attended, they want to get involved, what do they do?
I would tell you the first thing to do is go to our website. You can actually watch one of our services online. There's also information on there about just what to expect. And the main thing is just to come check out a service. All of our service times are on there. Saturday night at 5 o'clock, Sunday morning 8:30, 10, 11:30, and then Sunday night at 5 o'clock. They're all identical services. It is a casual, come-as-you-are kind of place. You don't have to have the Bible memorized or wear a suit. Just roll in, grab a cup of coffee, relax, and connect.
Real Life Church is located on Newhall Ranch Road. The website, reallifechurch.org. As Rusty mentioned, just go to the website and find out more about them. Been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.
Happy to come in, or happy to have you come in, and appreciate you doing it. And thanks for the service that you do here in the community and abroad. Appreciate
Well, thank
that.
you. It's an honor.
And congratulations on being selected for the Unsung Hero. We'll have this all posted on our website, hometownstation.com, in I think just a couple days, probably before the weekend is out. You'll be able to download the audio podcast and read more about Rusty, and Stephen K. Peoples will have that up for us very soon. So, Rusty, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for doing the Unsung Hero, sponsored by Mercedes-Benz of Valencia.